My dad is boning my bully's mom. I refuse to become friends with my bully, and now they're calling me homophobic. Am I the a-hole? So, bit of a loaded title, I'll admit. But to give some context, I, 22 male, have an older sister, Sky, 26 female. When I was in high school, our mother, 48 female, cheated on our dad, 48 male, and left us to be with her boyfriend. Yikes. Maybe you should have been better kids. When our dad moved on, he wound up dating Frida, 41 female, the mother of Phil, 22 male, my bully, who never did anything but make fun of me. And if you know words can really effing hurt. I begged him not to be with her. I really, really begged him not to, but he didn't listen. The worst part was having to go with him to their house. My sister is the only one who realized how distraught I was. I mean, at least your dad is dicking down his mom. I think OP just needs to bully the bully right back.
Fight fire with fire.
An eye.
Always
Fight
works.
fire with fire. Always works. Makes the whole world see how much of a dick the bully is. I had to go, and so I left to be with my mother. My dad took that personally and thought I was just trying to spite him moving on. I only stayed with my mother until Sky got her own apartment, and I moved in with her as soon as I could. She never cut off contact with her dad, which is fair because she was a lot closer to him than I was, and she never pushed me to go with him or to our mother. Like high school, life only got worse after I left my dad, and university has been such a gosh darn godsend since everybody here is nice and stuff, which is so true. I feel like university, it's a big enough crowd where people are just like down to be chill to each other. My graduation is coming up in April, and I sent early invites to my dad and to my mother, just finished applying, but not to the families they have now, so just the OGs. Mother accepted, but dad called demanding invites for Frida and Phil. I said no, and he told me that you have to do this to prove that you're not homophobic.
Huh? Wait, excuse me? I'm lost. There's some information we need, I think.
That caught me off guard, but I didn't back down. Yesterday, I talked to my sister about it, and she told me that because Phil's gay, they've been telling everyone that I don't come over and see him because I'm homophobic. She told me that she always sticks up for me and defends me, but she wishes I could reconcile with him since it hurts her because people we know probably think the worst of me. I got pissed off and told her in a really rude way not to bother since I don't care if anybody thinks I'm homophobic. Maybe you should care a little bit. Sounds pretty homophobic to say that, oh, I don't care, because it's what I believe. She got really sad and told me she'd never stop defending me, and I just huffed and we didn't really talk for the rest of the day. But I slept on it really bad, and I never should have said that to her since she isn't pushing for me to reconcile, and she's the one who defends me. And I know my tone was really mean, which that's good that you have that, that perspective.
Good self-awareness.
I really feel like a major a-hole, and I never should have hurt her by saying those things. Hence why I'm on Reddit instead of studying for finals. Reddit's the best therapist around. Edit, since people were wondering this, yes, my dad knows I was bullied by Phil, but doesn't think it was real bullying. And my sister has a good relationship with my dad and his new family, new kids and all. She loves him, and I'm not going to try to force her to choose between us. So again, what do you think? Is OP the a-hole?
Well, I'm very curious to hear what everyone thinks on this situation. What you would do if you were in OP's shoes. I feel like it's super lame of the family to use the homophobic card to try to get him over. It's so stupid.
Bro, you could just not like people. I think it's less homophobic to just hate everyone equally.
Exactly. There we go. Equal opportunist hater.
Equal opportunity to be hated.
So the question is OP the a-hole for not reconciling and inviting the additional family members, right? If I had a college graduation, I would only want people that I'm excited to see to be there. I wouldn't want someone to I wouldn't want my high school bully being there just hey, I heard your professor said you were ugly. I agree. Whatever he's got, whatever amo he's got. But I think that OP's not the a-hole. OP should be able to invite who he wants, but still at the same time, stand your ground, share some receipts on why you don't want to be around the family.
Give context. I feel like OP's not giving any context to the dad.
My husband wants an open marriage, so I agreed. Now he's jealous, but I am never going back to a one-wiener life. Am I the a-hole? I waited until I was 50 to get married because I wanted to be a grown adult person making grown adult decisions within my relationship.
Yes, because you can't do that before 50.
My husband is 11 years younger than me. Uh-oh, got a little cradle robber over here. And he decided that the hormonal changes I was going through during premenopause did not meet with his satisfaction levels. And he suggested that we go to a lifestyle party. And when we get to the party, I have the attention of everyone in the room, male and female alike.
Hot item just walked in, fresh out the oven, hot cross buns.
My husband, however, has not received the attention from the other females that he was expecting.
Because he ugly.
In addition to his own insecurities about his body, he came to have insecurities about what other men provided for me that he did not.
That long dick.
His stance was that he didn't want to have his wife out having a good time and bringing the sparkle for other men that he doesn't get for himself at home. My response was that me spending time with my connection was to me the equivalent of self-care and going to the salon to get my nails done. Ooh.
That's one way of looking at it. I gotta get my nails done 3 times a day. You know,
That's right.
God forbid I break a nail or a hangnail.
My husband rarely goes to the salon with me to get my nails done, but he benefits from me keeping myself beautiful. He resented that analogy. Going back a few months after we decided to open the marriage up to other connections, my husband began policing my communications and what activity could take place on a date. And there was an understanding that our connections would be acquaintances in a sense. However, he broke the rules by going on a dating app, going out of town, having dinner with this woman, and then staying out till 1 a.m. to do it with this woman without telling me beforehand. That's an interesting, only people you know. That's a
I feel like doing it with people
rule.
you know is almost like
worse
or
I think
more difficult.
My solution was to show him how hurt I was, considering how I allowed him to develop the path of my connections, but he didn't offer me the same courtesy. Yeah, I let you bang all of my people, but you didn't let me bang yours? Like,
I like how OP's calling it connections. Is that what LinkedIn's for? This show was sponsored by your sweet, sexy ass.
If you support our Patreon, you'll get one long, hard, extra bonus episode every week.
I'm talking 3 juicy stories right into those ear holes.
You'll get ad-free episodes. I'm talking all of those ads completely off. All natural.
Not to mention, we'll do it together, live, in front of a camera. With Assholes Anonymous, you'll get a chance to talk to us directly and maybe be featured on the YouTube channel.
Wait a second, not like that. Like the fans get to share their stories with us and other fans, and we get to talk about it, right?
And then we'll moon each other at the end.
Oh, God.
So if you want all that axe ass, support your boys at patreon.com/OKOP show.
That's patreon.com/OKOP show.
the reason I am unsatisfied with my husband now is because he has shown characteristic flaws that have burdened me, weighed me down, and is keeping me the prisoner inside this marriage.
And he got a limp dick.
Yeah, and his cock is floppy. Prior to his exploration, I was perfectly content in my monogamous marriage. I told him about Pandora's box and how you can never undo every evil that was released when you opened that lid. Yet his ego requires that I belong to him. To be honest, I didn't think my husband even thought I was pretty until he saw that other men were attracted to me, both inside and out. Wow. Analogies left and right in this story, ladies and gentlemen. He feels threatened, and now I'm in prison.
Wow.
Woo.
Really prison. This doesn't seem like the best relationship. I'm going to go out on a limb here.
It really doesn't. So I would actually love to hear, we've had a few of these open relationship stories. I would love to hear anyone who has dabbled in the realm of open relationship, discussed or not, by choice or not. Please share your stories below.
My jealous daughter destroyed my sister's $15,000 wedding dress. So I'm taking her entire college savings to pay for it. Am I the a-hole?
I love an eye for an eye, or an eye for a body.
I love making the whole world blind. So X31 and I, male 32, had C, female 16, way too young. We're friendly co-parents, but one big rule we share is if our daughter breaks something, she pays for it. Now, sis 27 and I are are the only grandkids. Aunt never married. Instead, she worked with grandma and grandpa at the seamstress store and took it over when they retired. Sis's girlfriend, 29, proposed last year. Grandpa offered to make father's sister-in-law a custom suit, which she was over the moon about. Grandma had me ask Sis what her dream dress was and recorded the conversation. Sis, thinking it was just between us, told me in great deal what her dream dress was, though she said it was too expensive, so she would get something much cheaper. Well, a few months later, Grandma surprised Sis with her dream wedding dress. It fit perfectly and everybody cried.
That's adorable.
So cute.
I love that.
That's so cute. Sadly, Grandma recently passed away, which hit us all hard. Sis was devastated, but decided that the dress meant that Grandma would still be there with us at the wedding. The issue comes in with C. She's very large, much larger than Sis. 3 days ago, we decided to go visit Sis and see how she was doing. It was great. But then C asked if she could try on the dress. Sis politely said no, because C is much larger than Sis. C made a face, but dropped it. Later, we decided to go grab dinner. Sis and I went to pick up our orders, but C decided to stay and play with Sis's dog. But I see you in the comments if you know where this is going. We got back and the dress was destroyed. C had apparently tried to get it on, popping some seams and got stuck. But instead of waiting for help, oh my God.
Oh no. Don't say it. Don't say it, Sam.
But instead of waiting for help, she cut her way out. The dress was hacked to bits. What kind of idiot cuts their way out of a dress? Sis was devastated and asked us to leave. I grounded C and called Aunt with some pictures asking if it could be saved. Oh my God. She said there was no way. She said she'd make a new one, but it wasn't the same. Then she dropped the bomb on me. Grandma had sewed most of the dress using expensive fabric and put almost 500 hours into making that dress. Since it was the only family wedding we'd have, in total, the dress cost $12,000, give or take.
Just to make it. Whoa.
C has about $15,000 saved from various jobs, as well as winning writing competitions. This was supposed to help her in college. I took her to the bank and set in motion transferring all of the funds, since as her parent, I still have control over it. $12,000 to Aunt to pay for the new dress, $3,000 to my sister's wedding as an emotional distress tax. Damn. Well, there's still more to the story, but
okay.
What do you think so far?
Oh, dude, my heart is palpitating. I mean, it's just so tough because it's like, yeah, definitely the sister is owed retribution, but it's just so tough to see, the savings and workings of a 16-year-old just go
be
to
taken
waste.
away, especially that was going to be used for college.
Yeah, man. Oh, that's tough.
So I explained exactly why this was happening to C, but she sobbed the entire time, asking what she was supposed to do for college and saying it wasn't her fault, which it's gotta be her fault.
Kinda was.
I told her she could get a job if she didn't get a scholarship, and it was her fault for trying on a dress after she'd been told no, and for not waiting until we got back. A few pop seams could have been fixed, but hacking the dress to pieces couldn't. What fucking idiot decides to cut the dress off? So dumb.
Why would you try it on in the first place, too? Man.
I know. Just dumb decision after dumb decision. C told my ex, and while she agreed C was in the wrong after the full story, said I shouldn't have ruined her future for a quote-unquote free dress. I reminded her of our rule, and she still thinks I'm wrong. So, am I the a-hole here? There are a couple edits, so I want to get to those too. But another quick gut check: is OP the a-hole so far?
Oh man. I'll say if I have to say it. I think so. But you know what? We'll give the edits and we'll dissect. We'll see. Let's see what more we got.
So to clarify, the money was C's have fun at college money, not her college fund. My ex and I are paying for whatever scholarships don't. When she was asking what she would do for college, she was asking what she'd do for fun and to buy things we didn't pay for. Another edit. So I got off the phone with my ex about 20 minutes ago. At some of your suggestions, I sent her pictures and she freaked. She apparently didn't believe me when I said said it had been hacked apart and believed it was just a few torn seams. She was pretty much on my side after. She told me that she spent the day badgering her daughter, asking her why she did what she did. And finally, C cracked and said that she was mad that grandma wasn't alive to make her a dress, and it was unfair my sister got a free beautiful dress as a reminder when my daughter got nothing despite many things she was given after the funeral. She tried it on, took it off, and when the seams popped, in anger, she hacked it apart. If she couldn't have a dress from grandma, no one could. Her own words. Honestly, knowing she did it on purpose has just made things worse. The fact that she could be so cruel, that's not the daughter we tried to raise. She will be going to therapy, whether that's in person when local therapists start taking new clients or on one of the apps that people have mentioned. We need to talk about it more. Her punishment stands as is, though we're going to try to see how therapy goes.
Is that the end?
That's the end.
Wow.
So,
okay.
is OP the a-hole? I want to hear your guys' like wedding
Please.
dress stories and everything. So put like your wedding horror stories, especially as it relates to the dress, in the comments below. But I want to pass it off to you guys. Is OP the a-hole? What do you think, John?
Knowing that, you know, the kid will have basically her college is covered, essentially. She doesn't have to worry about like that, like basically being able to afford college, it seems. It was money for fun, and that she intentionally cut it.
Yeah, that's pretty.
That now I'm feeling that OP is not the a-hole, and I'm going back over the line. I mean, I
think C needs to learn that this is fucked up behavior and there are consequences.
Yeah. And for me, I'm thinking like I don't know if I've shared this actually with you or the podcast, but one of my many money-making schemes and endeavors is I would buy cars at police auctions right after I moved to California for college. So I was using my like life savings to buy these cars to try to like, you know, make a buck, which completely failed. I lost everything. I basically spent as much fixing the car as I did buying the car itself. And then I sold it for as much as I bought it for. And then one of the cars almost broke on the interstate and like, you know, would have gotten all of us wiped off the earth if you catch my drift. So didn't end up well.
So not only did you lose money, that business almost killed you.
Correct. But suffice to say, you know, my like thinking about it from my own perspective, I'm like, oh, I couldn't have like pursued that and like, you know, gone for that if that money had been taken away. But that's not the situation. My situation is not this situation. This situation, OP needs to learn. And yeah, the a-hole. But we want to hear more of your comments and stories from your own personal lives. So share your wedding dress stories below. We might just read it on the next one.
See you soon.